It's me, Ty. I'm doing a cooking segment for you guys today for Super Bowl Sunday. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are actually cooking ribs and stuff, but that's what we're doing over here at my house. Now, here I have about a 7 pound slab of ribs here. And we already got one out on the grill. And what I took the liberty of doing before we started recording is I cut off the membrane on the back side of the ribs. And pretty much what I did is I went to the third bone in and took a sharp dinner knife and peeled the membrane back so we could save time on your video. Alright, so pretty much what I'm going to do first here is I'm going to, I've already brined it and everything in salt water for a couple hours. So here we are, we're about to start seasoning. So here I have your General Worcestershire sauce. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some on here and I'm going to rub it into the meat. So it's going to give it that flavor and stuff. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty because that's what's going to, get that juice into the meat very well. And this stuff, it smells good and it also gives your meat a great flavor. If you have liquid smoke at your house, you can also use that too if you're going to have to cook in the oven instead of on the barbecue grill like we're doing with this slab here. So just rub it in like so. You'll see that it's going to start soaking into the meat, changing the actual vibrancy of your meat. Flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. And put some more. And you don't got to drench this stuff too much because, if you do, it's not going to taste very good. It'll be very overpowering. Get under that flap of meat right here. Okay. Just like that. Rub it over the bone stubs right there. Just coat the whole rack of ribs with your Worcestershire sauce. Okay, just like that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and I'm going to wash my hands right quick so, I can start seasoning. And if you see, we got a lovely spread here for Super Bowl Sunday. It looks like we got some vegetables. We got broccoli, carrots, Colby Jack cheese. We got some grape tomatoes here. We got some salami, some ham and salami twisters. We got some shrimp, pickles, broccoli salad, fruits. We got macaroni salad, potato salad. We got the works, and this isn't even it. And I got some meatballs too, and I ain't put them out there yet. But back to the ribs. Okay. First things first, I don't know if you guys ever seen the other video yet, but I always tell people to salt first because if you put the powder on first, it's going to take up all your juice. So I always do an even coating of garlic salt. Okay. Then an even coating of seasoning salt. Now, not too much salt though because you want to taste the flavor, not the salt. And then I got some garlic powder. Nice even coating of that. Okay, I'm gonna flip them so I can get the other side. Okay, same thing. Garlic salt. Seasoning salt. And I got this stuff right here. This is paprika. I'm just going to put just a little bit. And you got to be very careful because sometimes the holes on your bottle is a little big and it comes out like that. And I'm just testing this, so that's pretty good for me. Now you're probably wondering where's the barbecue sauce at, but we're going to do that later on after they've cooked for a while. Like maybe in the last 30 minutes we're going to start layering on the barbecue sauce and getting that sweet caramelization that and love with your ribs. Okay, I got a really big rack of ribs here, so I'm going to cut them in half to fit them into the pan. It's got some bones in it too. These are pork short ribs. And they're very delicious. They got lots of meat in here. Yeah. So, pretty much the problem I run into is that bone right in the middle. Oh, I got it with my muscles. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put them into the pan. Oh shit. Okay. Into the pan like this. And this one is a little big, so I'm going to try to put it sideways, and that fit just fine. So wonderful. Okay, so I got my oven preheated to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. It's been warming up for about an hour now, so I can make sure I have nice even heat inside. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just go ahead and pop these ribs in there, and they're going to take about 2.5 to 3 hours to bake in the oven. But you can gauge it for your own preference. But 2.5 to 3 hours is about the standard, especially if you're basting or glazing with barbecue sauce. They smell very delicious, and we'll have to send you guys some pictures of the finished product. So stay tuned for the next episode and the pictures following after. Thanks for joining me, guys.